Here. All right, we're live. All
Yes,
right,
we
so I'm
are.
here with Liz from Premier Gems. Liz, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jordan. How are you?
Good. I think I just saw lightning in the background, which is kind of scary.
You certainly did. Calgary has had a lot of really crazy storms in the last couple of days. You might even hear that little bit of thunder behind me. Um, it's
Wow.
been a little bit intense. Yesterday we had like this crazy hail that came down. You can see a lot of pictures on like the Calgary subreddits and all that stuff. So lots going on here in Calgary today.
Oh, craziness. Well, today we are going to be talking about jewelry as an investment. And now I know, like, even before we started this, you said that this is a bit controversial. So let's jump right into it and
Mhm.
ask the first question here, which would be, do you think buying jewelry is a good investment?
So that's a tough question to ask. There's going to be a lot. I'm going to say what a lot of jewelry stores aren't going to tell you, which is you really should be investing in yourself and what you like and what's important to you in this moment and what you can do at this time. There's a lot of stores that will say, hang on a second. A lot of stores that will say that yeah, it'll inflate in value in about a year or so. And you know what? That's really not true. We cannot predict the diamond market. We can't predict the gold market a year from now, and so we can't say that you can just buy something and flip it next year. I can't guarantee that for you. But what you really should be doing, and what a lot of so many other people that I have met have done. I've met a lot of oil and gas executives and the wives of the oil and gas executives who have this 30-point diamond. And it's so important to them because it's who they are and who they were at that point when they got engaged. And she will not change it, even though she can afford to buy that 2-carat diamond. It's what's important to you at the time. And that's what really should be what you're focusing on instead of the inflated value a year from now. If you're buying for a year from now, then you really shouldn't be buying it. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that kind of investment. So invest in
Interesting.
yourself.
That's a good way, I'd say, of looking at it. And definitely I'd say that's not the typical answer you would get from a lot of jewelers. So to follow that up, is there a type of jewelry though that sort of holds its value over time?
There are some things I think you should avoid. If you're buying maybe anywhere lesser than an SI diamond, you're not going to get the same value that you're putting in. I'm seeing a lot of I1s and I2s where they have paid so much into it for the size, but the clarity is not so great. They're not getting that return on the investment. So I would say avoid I1s, I2s, I3s. Avoid the lower clarity and the lower colors. So if you get like J, K, L, the first thing you notice is the color in a diamond. So, and we can go back on, like, I can take up all your time on the color grading, but I'm not going to. Um, but what we can do is I can tell you that JKL, if you're going through all those and lower, you're seeing a yellow tinge. You're seeing it right away. Like anybody can see it. And those aren't going to bring back as much as you're expecting. Also
Hmm.
look for a very nice cut, like very good, excellent cut on your diamond. Colored stones, you should really just, colored stones are very personal, and it's really more about what's popular at the time for what's resellable. So that's why I'm saying invest in yourself.
Yeah,
So.
totally.
Mhm.
So then the next question would be like, if I was on a limited budget, what piece of jewelry would you recommend? Or would you recommend one? Or would you say, like you said, it's kind of up to the person?
It really is. When somebody comes into me with a limited budget, really I ask what's most important to you, and we'll figure out the budget based on what's the most important thing. Do you want a really big stone? Do you want a really high clarity? Do you want a nice colored sapphire, or do you want a really big sapphire? Do you want rose gold? And yes, the more thunder's going on behind me. And so it's really more about what's important to you. Fee and definitely come in and just discuss what your goals are and what your budget is, and I can definitely work within that, and we can
And
go
you
from
think
there.
that's the same as a larger budget, same kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, larger budgets we can do almost anything, but it's still more about what do you want and what can we do within. Everybody has a budget. Everybody has a set number that if you go over the number, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we always have that kind of number that we're working within, and I feel best. Like I feel most comfortable when somebody can tell me, look, I've got this much going on. I can work with 800. I can work with 8,000. Just let me know, and that's perfectly fine. So.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, I think that gives people a little more insight into jewelry as an investment.
Yes,
And yeah,
absolutely.
thank you for talking with me today.
Great meeting you, Jordan. It's always great
All
to
right.
be here. If anybody has any more questions, you can reach me at Premier Gems YYC on Twitter, Premier Gems on Facebook, and Liz at Premier Gems on email. So if there's
Awesome.
any further
Thanks,
questions.
Liz.